The best sandwiches in Seattle. I've been a cook in Seattle for over 10 years and I want to take you around to some of my favorite sandwich spots. Now, this might not be all the best sandwich spots, so if I miss some, please let me know and I will try to get to it.
Right now I'm in Capitol Hill neighborhood for this next spot. It's called Honey Hole. This is a staple that's been around Seattle since like 1999. It's gone through some weird changes recently, actually. It reopened and it's still going strong. I used to come here when I was just a cook starting out here, and they're known for a sandwich called the Fast Eddie. It's a really toasty sandwich that's got like provolone cheese, au jus, and a really nice bread. It's roast beef, provolone, red peppers, all in a classic sourdough baguette. Right away, this one brings me back. It's so good when you dip it in that au jus. To me, this one's like one of the perfect hot toasty sandwiches in Seattle. The bread is not too hard. It's got a good chew. Like, it's got all the nice stuff inside. Caramelized onions, red peppers, really good roast beef. This is just such a luxurious sandwich. If you're a Seattle native, you will know these are Mama Lil Peppers. Mama Lil Peppers is one of the best condiments. If you're from Seattle, you have this in your cupboard. They're so good. It just soaks up that au jus so nicely, so be sure to order the au jus. Nothing really much more to say about it. It's a really well done sandwich. One of my top in Seattle. Nothing bad to say. I'm so glad that they're still here. Okay, there it is, Honey Hole. It's an industry person staple in Capitol Hill. If you're in the neighborhood, definitely check this one out. This one is called Gilbert's on Main. It's called Main because it's on Main Street in downtown Bellevue. This is a spot that's been around since 1995. It started by a man named Gilbert, or his last name was Gilbert, and he was from New York. He wanted to bring a New York style deli or delicatessen to Seattle. They're known for a really good breakfast, which I come for a lot. The bagels, of course, and then the number 9 Reuben sandwich. It is massive. They close at 3 p.m., so you got to get here early, by the way. Okay, so here I have the number 9 Reuben. Also, that's a really good thumbnail. But either way, this is what they're famous for, the number 9 improved Reuben sandwich. It's got a mix of pastrami and corned beef, homemade coleslaw, Swiss cheese, and then a homemade Russin dressing. As you can see, this is the massive portion. They also have another portion that's smaller, but they call this New York style. It's absolutely massive. Obviously, can't do this in one bite, but I'm gonna try for you guys. Why not? It's impossible to bite. The pastrami is just so nice. It's such like a luxurious deli meat. The slaw is nice and creamy. It's got a perfect amount of cheese. I love the rye bread that they use on this. This is amazing. And believe it or not, this is only half of the sandwich. This is definitely something you can share with probably 3 people. It also comes with a potato salad. It's pretty good. It's standard. It's got dill in it, good amount of pickles, the eggs, all that stuff. It's like a little palate cleanser between your gigantic bites of sandwich. Now, I don't think anyone's gonna judge you if you use a fork with this sandwich because it's definitely a forkable sandwich. You just get so much meat, so much bang for your buck. I mean, it is a kind of a high-priced sandwich, but you're getting a lot here. What is it, 30 bucks? It's 30 bucks, but this is something you could split with like 3-4 people. It's like a mix of grilled cheese and pastrami all in one. But either way, Gilbert's, it's a really nice spot. I've been loving this place for years. I used to live next to it. They started in '95. Actually, the owner, Gilbert, he's famous for actually standing on this intersection here and giving out free bagels back in the day. So he's really beloved in the community. Try the bagel here too. Maybe I could do a bagel thing in the future on the next bagel video. I mean, you get so much so you can even take home a large box to go. So after your sandwich, I recommend you come to Nana's Green Tea. It's down the street from Gilbert's. It's really good matcha. I got myself a hojicha latte. This is my favorite. This next spot is called Post Alley Pizza. I'm really excited for this spot because I've been meaning to go there. I've never had their pizza and everyone keeps telling me it's really good, but I'm hearing a lot about this Italian hoagie that they have. And unexpected, because it's called pizza, but they have a really well-known Italian hoagie. It's located just off of Post Alley. If you guys don't know what that is, that's like where the gum wall is. So just like walk through the gum wall and keep heading down and you'll find it. It's like right by the waterfront. And no, it's not like an ugly alley. It's a really pretty alley. It's like kind of meant to be a walkable alley. So you can eat in there and it's totally fine. A hoagie, I guess, is basically like a submarine sandwich. This is a really nice toasty sesame roll, looks like. Be mindful though, this bread is kind of chewy, but I like that to hold in like all of that extra goodness. She asked me if I wanted the hoagie jazz spread. I didn't know what that was, but if you read there in the description, it's a bunch of amazing stuff. It's almost like a jardinera, it tastes like. I understand the hype now. This is really good. If you look on the menu, it doesn't like quite tell you what's in the Italian, but I mean, I could pretty much just see there, it's just standard cold cuts. It looks like we have some like radicchio slaw. My only con in this is I wish the bread wasn't so tough. The bread is a little tough, like it kind of hurts to chew it, but other than that, it's really good. I've also heard the pizza is really good here too. Let me know if you guys want to see a pizza review. And it's got the spice to it, it's got the kick. Like this spread, it's really necessary, I would say. Get the spread. This spread was so good, I went and bought a jar. They actually sell these by the jar there. Pretty cool. It reminds me of like a jardinera. It's super delicious. This next spot is in Tacoma. Yes, I'm going to include it in this list because I think a 30-minute drive is not that bad. It's called the MSM Deli, which stands for Magical Sandwich Makers. They have a real cult following here, so expect long waits and lines. The one they're most known for is the Mike's Deluxe. It's got cold cuts like roast beef, ham, shreddis, 2 types of cheeses with some mayo. It's like in a regular sub bread. You could get it by the foot or the double foot. They make huge sandwiches here. It's a deli that is inside what looks like a convenience store or a bodega. Really classic looking from the 80s. As expected, this place has a really long wait. It's about 45 minutes of a wait, so just gonna take my number and have, I think it's called the Space Cookie or Magic Cookie, something like that. Really good to get while you wait here because there's always a really long wait. They're super popular. Delicious cookie. Most likely you're gonna end up waiting, so I recommend hopping across the street. And there's this new coffee shop that just opened. I think it's called Wiley, not Willie, maybe Wiley. And it's a really rad coffee shop, good vibes inside. It's also a bike shop. Really good cardamom chai latte. It's nice. There's this really cool store called Tricky's Pop Culture Emporium, Toy Trunk, something like that. They have a lot of cool stuff. If you just happen to be into this, just walk on over. There's also a little cafe nearby. All right, everybody, it started snowing outside and there's no room in there. It's super packed. So I'm gonna eat in the car. This is the 13-inch Mike's what?
Mike's Deluxe.
This is the Mike's Deluxe. Such a massive sandwich. Such a massive sandwich, look at that. 13 inches, probably enough to share with like 3 people. That's so good. It's just like your classic cold cut sandwich, you know. The American cheese, the shreddis, it's got sprouts in there, 2 different kinds of cold cuts. So good. I also love the bread they use. It's so soft. It kind of reminds me of like the bread I used to have when my mom made me sandwiches as a kid. It's so good. And if you want it toasted, you can ask and they'll toast it. This has to be like one of my top favorite roast beef cold cut sandwiches. So yeah, that's Magical Sandwich Makers. Highly recommend this spot. That sauce is so good. It's like a creamy garlic mayo situation going on. Definitely give this one a try. It's worth the drive. It's worth the wait. I thought I would include this as the last one because I wanted to get this documented. This is the university location that's been here for over 73 years. And they're gonna close this month, unfortunately, because Albertsons bought the land and they're gonna build some sort of store on here, whatever. Kind of sucks. But anyways, this is the booth that I would sit at all the time. And I just wanted to show you one of my favorite burgers in Seattle, and maybe this could segue into the next episode, which would be Seattle's best burger. So let's go into that. Let me know what burger places you want to see next. Okay, so here I have my standard. It's the classic Burgermaster. It's got all the standard burger stuff: onions, cheese, special sauce, tomatoes, one patty. And to me, this reminds me of what I grew up with, Whataburger. So that's why I love it. It's such a well done burger. This is my type of burger. I like this more than In-N-Out and all those other famous chains. It tastes just like home. It's like a Texas burger. Unlike most burger spots, they actually toast their buns. They actually have a good sear on the meat. It's so good. Yeah, it really reminds me of Whataburger. Yeah.